Well, hi guys, it's Wednesday, November 21st, I think, day before Thanksgiving in the United States. I am taking a beach run. It's been a few weeks since I've been on this route, and it's gonna rain, believe it or not, here tomorrow. When it rains in Southern California, it's like big news. I was really surprised to hear that it was going to be like 100% chance of rain tomorrow, Thanksgiving. I was actually going to ride my wheel. You know, we're going to a relative's house about 20 miles away or so. I was actually going to ride my wheel, get a little riding in beforehand, but looks like there'll be no riding tomorrow. So I thought I'd get out here today, enjoy some beach weather. Not too cold. It's a little chilly when you're riding, so I put my jacket on. It's in the high 60s right now. Not too windy though, so it's fairly nice. I'm on my Tesla. I haven't ridden my Tesla. I looked at my logbook. It's been 45 days since I rode my Tesla last. It's a long time. I have about 800, a little over 800 miles on it, and I think I bought it about a year ago. I'm pretty sure I got it in the November time frame last year. So I have ridden it a fair bit, considering I have so many other wheels. But yeah, 45 days since I rode it last. Problem is, I do have so many other wheels to pick from. Some just get neglected for a while. It's one reason I do keep a logbook, just so I can know if I'm neglecting a wheel too long. I don't want to have like 4 months go by and I haven't ridden that wheel in a while, and I, you know, use up the battery a bit, and yeah, it's just good to be riding wheels. Let's see. I was going to say something else about the Tesla, but oh, just the fact that, you know, when you don't ride a wheel for a long time and you get back on and ride it, it kind of feels like you just got a new wheel. I mean, again, it's been a long time since I rode this, so I get on it and it feels a little odd, it feels a little, you know, gotta get used to it. That's kind of fun. Changes things up a bit. The smell of campfires, people burning campfires or fires on the beach. It's about the only place in Southern California you can legally burn a fire, I think, right now. Since all the fires we've had, though, not in Southern California, haven't had to deal with anything. So I'm filming this on my Insta360 one camera, although it is damaged. Some of you might have seen a video I posted a week or two ago where I had an accident and I fell riding the bottom of one of the LA rivers. I'll replay it right now as we're riding. So I was riding here towards some birds, and there's some water in the bottom of the cement, and I just didn't think about it, and it just slipped out from underneath me. And fortunately I didn't hurt myself. Now, I think holding this, I'm convinced that if you're going to fall, the best way to fall is asymmetrically. So if you're holding a selfie stick or doing something else where your body isn't just perfectly symmetrical, I think you're more likely to roll out of it, or just not to hit hard. And anyway, that's what happened in this case. Oh. So when I fell, of course, and you can see in the video, the camera hit the cement briefly, and it gouged out one of the lenses. And here, I'll rotate the view right now so you can see the big dark glob that's permanently in the frame now. And that's a gouge. No way to polish that thing out. So fortunately, I think this video will bear it out. I think if I position it, I just have to pay attention now how I'm holding the camera. But if the camera is pointing towards me, if the image is always pointing towards me, then I can avoid that blob appears in the opposite direction. So if I do want to look forward, like right now, I'm going to look forward. I'm going to rotate the camera around, and now looking forward, it should look good, no blob. But if I want to turn back around to look to me, I'll just have to rotate the camera again. So hopefully that'll work until I get the other lens damaged. So problem is, I don't think I can. I don't know. I've been looking. I don't think I can get this camera repaired. It's that's a problem. These 360 cameras, they're not totally to be considered an action camera, I think, because an action camera like my GoPro or my Sony 3000, you know, I can beat the hell out of those things. The Sony 3000, I have a protective lens on it, and the GoPro just seems tough as hell. But these 360 cameras with that curved dome lens, you just can't protect them, and if you crack it or gouge it out like this, you're stuck, and I don't think I can get it repaired. And if I can, I bet it'd cost me $150, probably half the cost of a new camera. So obviously I'm going to try and be careful with it, but you know, the 360 camera is beautiful at capturing accidents. Of course, in the process of the accident, the camera's probably going to get damaged, and then that turns out to be a $400, $300 accident. This 360 one camera cost me about $300, and the new camera, the X, is $400, and I'm thinking, I don't know, I still think I'm going to get it, but I'm a bit more paranoid about how I ride with it, because yeah, pretty much screwed. Yeah, I just don't think they're long-lasting lenses unless you really baby it. And I like to ride fast. I like to ride in interesting places where potentially I can be falling, and or running through bushes and that kind of stuff. I like to visit this this little fishing pier. I guess it's not technically a pier because it's just built up rocks and such, but anyway, it's a nice place to go ride. Absolutely beautiful day today for riding. It really is nice. I like this slightly overcast look too. Absolutely beautiful day to be riding. Still had a fairly mild winter so far in Southern California. Though it has been getting cold at night into the low 60s. I'm not sure if it's reached 50s yet. So I know I have nothing to complain about. This bird thinks. I love this 10-foot selfie stick. I think I just saw a whale. That's pretty close to shore. I'm heading towards, going to go to Venice Beach for a little bit today. So I think my Z10 is still my favorite wheel right now. It's been getting a lot of miles on it. Though nothing compared to some people. I have like probably about 600 or so. This guy, Lucas, I can't remember his full profile name on the forums anyway. He's a Polish rider. He did a update review recently, and he has, I think, over 2,000 miles on his, and essentially no problems. And what I really like to see was his tire. Like he says, tires basically look like it's just like new. So this tire is gonna, for me, it'll last for the life of the wheel. I mean, I just, you know, like he says, it's about probably at least a 5,000 mile tire. If not more. So yeah, I mean, I've got all my wheels, and you know which wheel is closest to the door? My Z10. Even though I might not grab it all the time, it's one that sits ready to be grabbed. I don't know, it's just really, it's a fun wheel. Yes, if I'm going for a long distance ride, I'm not going to grab that, or for mountain riding, I'm not going to particularly take that, you know. But just to go out for riding, you know, if I got a 25-30 mile ride, it's just fun. And then it's actually more, I guess it must be more fun than the one. I can't say more fun, but it's just as fun in its own way as my M10 III. You know, I used to ride the M10 III all the time, and I rode that the other day for the first time in, I hate to say it, about 3 weeks probably. The thing is, the Z10 at slow speed, like cruising around town, shopping, you know, you're going with lights, you got to do little 360s or backward playing. It's, for me, it's just as fun as M10 III. Yet it's an 18-inch wheel. Yeah, so that's why I'm still just loving it. The only problems I've had is the pedal calibration. It definitely feels like it's gotten worse since I got the wheel when it was brand new. And what happens is sometimes when you turn it on, it won't go level. It'll be pointing down or pointing up. But what's happened most recently is that, and this has happened a few times, where I'm riding and I come to a stop for something, and I'm just kind of waiting, and all of a sudden the pedals start pointing up, like kicking me off, you know, to a degree that you couldn't ride it. But then it'll kind of oscillate a little bit and then come back to level. That happened twice in one day on one ride. I think it's happened 3 times to me totally. 3 times total. So that's disconcerting. I think most Z10 owners would say that it's got pedal calibration issues. Though I don't think everyone's experienced what I've experienced. So you know, it's gotten worse since I got it, but I'm hoping it won't continue to get worse. But if someday I turn it on and it just pedals pointing up and it doesn't change, I'll be disappointed, but I won't be surprised based on what's been happening. Other than that, I've had no problems with my wheel, and again, still just really enjoy riding it. I think you really have to have different expectations when you ride the Z10. You know, you just can't expect it to be like a quote normal wheel. It rides differently. You have to ride it aggressively. It's not going to be a smooth turner, but it's a turner. You can turn great on that wheel. You can carve great. You just have to manhandle it more, which I think is fun. Variety, the spice of life, right? But people who buy the Z10 expecting it to ride like a 18L or an 18S or MSX, MSuper, you know, or a Tesla, whatever, they're going to be disappointed. And if you're going to try and make it ride like that, you're just going to forever be disappointed. So I think clearly the Z10 is maybe more it's more of an acquired taste, maybe, kind of like the 18S, Kingsong 18S. That's certainly an acquired taste, and not everyone can totally warm up to it. So I'm hesitant to fully recommend the Z10, knowing that some people have not had as great of an experience, you know. And you know, people that I respect who've ridden it, and it doesn't do anything for them, you know. And everyone's different, so yeah. So I have to say it's a fantastic wheel, and all I can say is my experience. It's still one of my favorite wheels, and like I say, the wheel that's nearest my front door all the time. Oh, have you heard about this? Some guy in Russia has an app that apparently allows you to, he's hacked the firmware supposedly on the Z10. I haven't heard from anyone who's actually bought it, and yeah, you have to buy it. It's $30 apparently. But supposedly it allows you to unlock the speed on the Z10. And if I recall, you could go 40 miles an hour on a full charge. That would be scary. I wouldn't buy it just because I have no really interest in going faster than 25 miles an hour in general. Maybe a little faster, but you know, so it doesn't interest me. Though I suppose if you could unlock it, so I got to check that out. If you can unlock it so that it doesn't, you know, ramp down the speed as the battery decreases, so I could ride it like a Gotway wheel, you know, where I can Gotway wheel, I'm like ride pretty fast down to 20 miles and 20%, and then I typically, you know, relax a bit, and of course at 15%, it really starts clamping down on you. So that might be a possibility, but anyway, I think that's cool. Any of you guys happen to know anything more about that, it'd be interesting to hear from you. Yeah, I think that's all the Z10 news I've got. Oh, I do have one other bit of Z10 news. Do you guys see this posting by Jason at, owner of eWheels? Many of us used for our supplier of our favorite EUCs. It says he's been experiencing a failure rate of 12% for the Z10 out of the box. Now I don't know, he didn't offer what the failure rate was for wheels which have been working. I have the sense that they haven't been failing. It's just from what I've seen elsewhere in the forums, such they seem reliable once they're working, but 12% out of the box, that's horrendous. It's to the degree that he's saying if he can't get better support from Ninebot, he's going to cancel. He's not going to sell them anymore. I mean, he's in business to make money to live on, right? Even if he's just breaking even, what's the point? You can imagine the hassle of dealing with people that get their Z10, they get it out of the box, it doesn't work, then he has to cover the shipping back, and it's probably basically, I mean, yeah, it's awful. And apparently Ninebot is just ignoring him. It's so bizarre. All I can think of is that the U.S. market represents maybe 5% of their business, and so they don't care. But I don't know what business can even forego 5%. I mean, that's big. You want to, if you're a successful company, you want to be growing by 5% plus a year, and just to leave that off the table, I don't know. It's really bizarre. These Chinese companies, particularly the wheel manufacturers, they just don't seem to care. They don't seem to support their dealers. I mean, Ian at Speedy Feet, he basically got dumped by Ninebot too after all the product that he sold for them. I mean, he's a big advocate of Ninebot. But yeah, 12%. That was amazing when I heard that. I really hope it changes, because I like to think that if something happened to my Z10, I'd be able to get another one easily. But yeah, Z10 looks beautiful, and sure, it looks like it must be superior quality, but there's no arguing with facts. 12% is 12% failure, and that's just horrendous. I mean, when you have a failure rate that makes Gotway look, like a German manufacturer, you got problems. So I have to keep an eye on that, see what happens. Wow, here I am approaching sunset. I'm on the Venice Beach fishing pier. I always like to visit this. Got some surfer guys over there trying to catch the last waves. It's coming up on low tide. And you know what? I wasn't planning on this, but this looks like perfect conditions to go riding. I haven't done, I always do at least one beach ride a year, winter. and maybe this will be the day. I'll do it on the Tesla. And that's 2 times it's been on my MSupers. So we'll see if I do that. So this Sunday, live stream with Duff. Unfortunately, I will not be participating. Duff's going to be carrying the boat from here on out for the foreseeable future, anyway. Yeah, it's kind of tough. It's you know, it's for me, even though we moved it up later, it's still 5 o'clock on a Sunday. Not too bad in the winter, but definitely in the summer, it's still kind of breaks up the weekend day, you know, kind of prime riding conditions, or, you know, whatever, life, you know. It's a couple hours out of your day, and, you know, we haven't had huge viewership. I don't know, maybe 12, 20 people at a time, maybe, and it's really, any of you guys who've been coming in, visiting that, really appreciate it. It's been fun interacting with you guys at some level. Really enjoyed it, and maybe I still will in the future, you know, Duff is interested. But yeah, I just need to capture some of my time back. And also along with that is just general social media. I'm basically, I'm not quitting, but I'm really pulling back from Facebook and the EUC forum for a while anyway. I'm just kind of burned out on it all. You know, I love EUCs, I love talking about them, and love riding, but you know, there's other stuff in my life I need to take care of, and it's a time sink. And maybe this would be a good time to do it. Maybe I'll be refreshed sometime next year, 2019. It's kind of a slow period right now. And if I'm not going to be participating a lot in, you know, in the EUC community, I'm not going to be in a good position to be talking all things EUC with Duff, right? So yeah, I'm just kind of blocked out for now, and I want to escape for a while. Probably everyone goes through this. You know, EUCs have been all consuming for me for the last 2.5 years since I got into them. I mean, I've lived, breathed it. I have 10 wheels. I bought more than 10 wheels. You know, a lot of people would say I got out of control. So this is my way of just pulling back some and getting some of my life back. I'm not going away. I'm still going to be posting videos periodically, but you know, these videos, even these ride videos, they take time. This last group ride I'm trying to get together with Jericho Das, who came down from San Francisco. We had a great 51-mile ride, 5 of us riding. But man, I must have gotten over 50 clips, editing that together, sound. It's hours. You guys, I know some of you guys know that, but many of you probably don't appreciate how much time goes into it. You know, and bottom line is, you don't really get that much. Don't get that much participation. You know, you get hundreds of views sometimes, maybe more. You know, it's just, and it's not like you're making a lot of money. You're not making any money, really. You know, I'm not doing this for money. This is a passion for me. I mean, I can tell you for my YouTube channel, for instance, where this is playing, I make currently on this channel plus, you know, up and down, but let's say an average $40 a month. And then if any of you guys happen to click on any of the affiliate links below for any of the stuff I have a list of all my equipment and everything. And you know, so if you go to Amazon, you know, if you happen to buy that, or if you buy anything else within, I don't know what the window of opportunity is, 10, 15 minutes, something, I get a little piece of that. That so happens to be coming out to about $40 a month too. So it's $80 a month. Now you get taxed on that, and my tax rate, I get about 50% of that. You know, so $40 a month. it's play money, right? It just goes in my bank account, but I kind of consider I use it for some of my video equipment. I probably spent maybe $1,000 on video and related equipment over the last couple of years. So money helps to offset that. Anyway, I'm just saying, I don't think any of us do videos to make money. It's just a little benefit if you can make a little bit of money on the side. But that's not my motivation. It's just a side benefit. So that's it. I'll be still seeing you guys around and everything, but I'll be a little more quiet for a while. And if you see me diving back in, posting left and right, you'll know that I fell off the wagon. But for now, anyway, I'll be taking it easy and still check out. Looks like Duff's going to still be having the live stream. I guess he's going to probably still try and hold by his schedule. He might adjust it now that he doesn't have to accommodate me at 5 o'clock. Kind of likes to watch the Eagles. There's probably some conflict there with the videos. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off, and still might take a ride in low tide here, and if I do, you'll be seeing a video of that too. So see you guys around.
Here we go.